my wife, Natalie, has been encouraging me to do this for a long time. She says, you say these things all the time, these fun little things, and you need to record these as lives. And so I've been saying this one actually a lot lately. So I felt like this was probably a good one to start with. And it's that saying that I hear, and it's one of my least favorite things to hear somebody say, especially a business owner, which is, I feel like it isn't working, or I feel like that doesn't work. I usually hear it with, Facebook doesn't work for me. I feel like Facebook isn't working. I feel like social media isn't working, or I don't feel like sales is working for me, or business development. And the reason why that's my least favorite thing to hear somebody say is because you should be able to, and you can prove it. You can prove whether or not something's working. You can prove whether or not Facebook or social media or your website or anything in the digital marketing space is working for you. Do you know why? Because you can get the data. All of those tools give you analytics. They give you the data. Facebook calls it insights. You can get Google Analytics tied to your website. It's easy to do. It's not difficult. And it removes the feeling from it, right? You don't have to say, Facebook, I don't feel like Facebook is working. You can prove it. And you can see if Facebook's actually working for you or not. When it comes to sales or business development, the same thing applies. If you're tracking your sales, if you know what's coming in and what's coming out, like what's your profit and loss, what's your revenue, if you know how many leads you have and how many prospects you have and how many people you have in your hopper or in your bucket that you're contacting, or how many new clients you've closed, if you are documenting all of that, how many meetings that you're having, how many people are coming to your workshops or your webinars, or how many people are watching your Facebook Live, if you're documenting all of that, it removes the feeling from it. Now I don't have to think about whether I feel like it or I feel like it's not working. Now I just rely on the data, right? Saying I feel like it isn't working is an excuse, and usually those feelings, they're not tied to logic or fact. They're not oftentimes reasonable, right? And it's usually tied to a fear or an anxiety, right? I fear that my business is going to close, or I'm anxious about the success of my business, especially during COVID-19 and stay at home and all of those things. Remove the fear and the anxiety from it and do the facts, right? Look at the facts, check everything, track everything. I'm all about tracking data. You should never say, I feel like it isn't working. You should be saying, I know it's working, or I know it's not working, and I know what I need to fix.